Welcome to this module on the benefits of cloud manageability. We will explore how cloud computing transforms IT operations through two distinct lenses: managing the cloud resources themselves and the tools you use to perform that management. Let's begin. To understand the benefits of manageability, we must look at it from two angles. First, there is the management of the cloud. This refers to the platform's ability to automatically scale deployment based on need, monitor health, and replace failing resources without your intervention. Second, there is management in the cloud, which dictates how you interact with your environment. Together, these aspects drastically reduce the operational burden. Instead of managing physical hardware or procuring servers weeks in advance, you can provision resources in minutes, allowing your IT staff to focus on higher-level tasks and innovation rather than routine maintenance. This mind map visualizes the two core pillars of cloud manageability. On the right of the cloud covers automated backend processes like scaling and healing. On the left, in the cloud lists the specific tools you use to drive the platform, such as the portal, CLI, and APIs. This distinction is crucial for understanding where your responsibilities end and the platform's automation begins. Let's dive deeper into management of the cloud. One of the primary benefits here is automatic scaling. You can configure resources to scale out when demand increases and scale back in when it drops, ensuring you only pay for what you use. Furthermore, the cloud offers built-in health monitoring. If a resource fails, the system can automatically detect the failure and replace the resource, maintaining uptime. Finally, you can deploy resources based on pre-configured templates. This removes the need for manual configuration every time you need a new server, ensuring consistency and speed. This flowchart illustrates the automated management cycles provided by the cloud platform. The top path shows auto-scale, responding to traffic by adding or removing resources dynamically. The bottom path shows the health check process, which triggers an auto-replace action if a failure is detected. This visualizes how the cloud platform manages capacity and reliability on your behalf. Now we look at management in the cloud, which offers flexibility in how you work. For visual management, you have the Azure portal, a web-based console that lets you build, manage, and monitor everything from simple web apps to complex deployments. For those who prefer scripting, Azure supports both the Azure CLI, which uses bash commands, and Azure PowerShell, which uses CMD-lets. These tools allow you to orchestrate complex actions, such as the routine setup and teardown of infrastructure, through repeatable scripts. Additionally, APIs allow you to programmatically interact with your resources, giving you ultimate control. This diagram shows the various entry points for managing your cloud environment. Whether you use the Azure portal, Azure CLI, PowerShell, or REST APIs, all requests funnel down to the Azure Resource Manager, ARM. ARM acts as the central control plane that authenticates and executes your commands against your cloud resources, ensuring a consistent experience regardless of the tool you choose. A major manageability benefit is the ability to use infrastructure as code, ISC. Using tools like ARM templates, JSON, or Bicep, you can manage your infrastructure through declarative syntax. This means you define what you want to deploy, and the resource manager handles the creation logic. This ensures repeatability. You can deploy the exact same infrastructure for development, testing, and production without configuration drift. It also handles orchestration, automatically deploying resources in the correct order based on dependencies, such as creating a storage account before a virtual machine that relies on it. This sequence diagram demonstrates the flow of infrastructure as code. The user defines the infrastructure in a template. This template is submitted to the resource manager, which validates it and then instructs Azure to orchestrate the creation of resources, often in parallel. This visualizes how code is transformed into live infrastructure. Manageability also encompasses governance. In the cloud, you can use features like Azure Policy to enforce standards across your organization. For example, you can restrict deployment to specific regions or disallow certain resource types to control costs. Azure Blueprints allow you to define a repeatable set of resources and policies that implement your organization's standards, allowing development teams to rapidly build new environments with confidence that they are compliant. Furthermore, cloud-based auditing helps flag any resource that falls out of compliance, providing mitigation strategies to bring them back in line. This diagram links governance tools to their benefits. Azure Policy and Blueprints feed into outcomes like enforce standards and automate compliance. This structure shows how manageability tools directly translate into organizational control and reduced risk. Finally, Cloud manageability extends beyond the cloud provider's own data centers. With Azure Arc, you can manage your entire environment including on-premises servers and resources in other clouds through a single control plane. Azure Arc projects these non-Azure resources into the Azure Resource Manager, allowing you to treat them as if they were running in Azure. This means you can apply the same tags, policies, and governance models we discussed earlier to your hybrid and multi-cloud environments, simplifying operations across your entire estate. This diagram illustrates the power of unified management. The Azure portal sits at the top as the central management hub. It directly manages Azure resources, but through Azure Arc, it extends that same management line to on-premises servers and AWS/GCP resources. This visualizes the concept of a single pane of glass for all your IT assets. To summarize, the benefits of manageability in the cloud are vast. We move from manual maintenance to automated efficiency with auto-scaling and self-healing. We gain flexibility through diverse management tools like the portal and CLI. We achieve consistency and speed through infrastructure as code and templates. And finally, we achieve unification by extending these capabilities to hybrid environments via Azure Arc. These features collectively allow IT teams to stop just maintaining infrastructure and start driving business value. Our final mind map recaps the core benefits. Automation covers scaling and healing. Tooling highlights the flexibility of access. Governance emphasizes the control provided by policy and templates. Hybrid illustrates the reach of tools like Azure Arc. This provides a complete picture of why manageability is a key driver for cloud adoption.